You've stood by a window during a storm before. You saw the flash. A second later, that boom hit your chest. Your brain does the same thing every single time. It draws a straight line of light, shooting down from the sky to the ground. Fast, sharp, top to bottom. Doesn't matter if you're in Ohio, Tokyo, or Rio de Janeiro. Everyone pictures the exact same thing. Here's the problem. That picture in your head is wrong. Before I show you what's actually happening up there, hit subscribe. Because after this, you're never going to watch a storm the same way again. Every big storm starts the same way. About 12 miles up, a massive dark cloud forms, packed with ice. Scientists call it a cumulonimbus. You just call it a storm cloud. Inside it, the wind is violent. It's throwing tiny bits of ice up and down, non-stop. And that's where the physics kicks in. Humans have been trying to protect themselves from this for centuries. Back in the 1700s, Benjamin Franklin came up with the idea of putting a metal rod on top of buildings to pull the strike away from the people inside. That lightning rod is still sitting on rooftops all over your city right now. You just never notice it. But long before lightning rods existed, people already feared this. One flash in the sky, and every human on the planet feels the exact same chill down their spine. But I promise you, there's something hidden here nobody ever told you about. Let's start with the simple trick. Ever touched a doorknob, a car door, or a water fountain and felt that little zap? If you have, congratulations. You just built a mini lightning bolt with your own hand. When you scuff your feet on carpet, electrons stick to you. That leaves you negatively charged. The second you touch metal, those electrons jump off and you feel that sting. Inside a storm cloud, the exact same thing happens, just on a massive scale. Ice particles keep colliding in that violent wind I mentioned. That friction splits the charge apart. The bottom of the cloud turns negative. The top stays positive. And since opposite charges pull toward each other, the ground underneath the cloud starts building up positive charge too. That charge collects on anything that sticks up. A tree, a tower, your roof. Your doorknob shock carries about 3,000 volts. A lightning bolt carries hundreds of millions. That's the difference between a spark and a wildfire. Now here's the part you didn't see coming. Most people assume lightning is born up in the cloud and just falls straight to the ground. That's not what happens. Lightning actually starts inside the cloud, between those two opposite charge zones. From there, it grows in two directions at once. Like a tree growing branches from both ends, one heading toward the negative side, one toward the positive. High-speed cameras, rolling at 6,000 frames per second, have caught this happening in real time. One of those branches, the negative one, starts creeping down toward the ground. And here's where the ground fights back. As that branch gets close, tall points below, towers, trees, even a person standing in an open field, send their own branches upward, reaching to meet what's coming down. The moment one of those upward branches connects with the one falling from the cloud, the circuit closes. That's the exact instant you see the flash. But it doesn't come from above. It comes from below. A massive surge of current shoots from the ground straight back up into the cloud, lighting up the entire channel. Scientists call it the return stroke, and it moves so fast your eyes see it as one single flash, top to bottom. That channel can stretch up to 5 miles long, connecting sky and ground in a single line. And while it exists, the temperature inside spikes past 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's roughly 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. The part sneaking down from the cloud is almost invisible. What you actually see blazing across the sky is the part racing up, and this isn't some rare event. Every second, about 100 lightning strikes hit the Earth somewhere. In the US alone, that adds up to 25 million ground strikes a year. Each one carries an insane amount of energy. Compare it to 80 million car batteries stacked together, or enough power to run a 100-watt light bulb for 3 straight months. That's why roughly 90% of people struck by lightning survive, but many walk away with lasting damage to their heart or nervous system. And that boom right after? Same event, different sense. The air around the lightning channel heats up instantly, expands violently, and slams into the air around it, creating that shock wave you know as thunder. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second. Sound crawls along at roughly 750 miles per hour. That's why you can count the seconds between the flash and the boom, divide by 5, and know roughly how many miles away that strike hit. And even with all that violence, the human body holds up better than you'd think. There are documented cases of people surviving multiple lightning strikes across their lifetime. There's one type of lightning that breaks every rule I just gave you. On very tall buildings, communication towers, even wind turbines, lightning can start right at the top of the structure and grow upward into the cloud. No downward branch involved at all. It's called upward lightning. Most of it carries positive charge, the opposite of what typically falls from storm clouds. In Chicago, a camera once caught 3 skyscrapers firing lightning upward at the same moment, while another bolt struck Lake Michigan behind the city, and a third crawled sideways across the sky. All of it in under 1 second. Next time you catch that flash outside your window, think about this. What looks like one clean strike, straight down, is actually an electrical conversation between sky and ground, firing back and forth faster than your eyes can separate it. If stuff like this messes with your head a little, subscribe and turn on the bell, because every week we peel back another piece of the obvious that nobody ever explained. Obvious only looks obvious until you understand that the lightning you watch fall is actually rising.